everyone, welcome to the Califlap channel and welcome to our Maserati F1 Manager series. And we are closing in on the final third of this season. So this will be race 13 out of 20 and it's the summer break. So we've got 25 days now until we head to Zandvoort. So hopefully we can get a few upgrades on this car, a bit of design work done, because the last two races in Hungary and Spa weren't too successful for us. Obviously, in Hungary, we hampered ourselves because we made a schoolboy error. We ran the cars with used car parts. So, yeah, really not much chance of getting points there. And Spa, not too bad, but Franco Colapinto had a spin, which really cost him the possibility of 10th. So, no points scored in the last two races. Can we use this summer break, design the car, bounce back, and get this car back into the points? Before we do that, as always, if you're not already, if you enjoy this type of content, you enjoy the channel, you enjoy F1 Manager, please do subscribe to the channel. If you can like the video, the likes really do help me out. They've dropped a little bit, so if we can try and get the likes up to 15 to 20 likes, that little target will really help me on my way, and get involved down below in the comments. Let's crack on and see what we need to do in this summer break to try and improve the car. And the first thing is our sponsor engagement activities are completed. We've met the target. And did we have any mandatory activities? We didn't. So bank balance currently $5.3 million. So not too much in the bank. We need a little bit more really for the design work we do want to do. Okay, and the board are looking to attend the Dutch Grand Prix post-summer break. So we'll approve that, of course. And we need to set our new sponsorship plan. And as always, we're looking at what these negative effects are and looking at the ones which don't involve our drivers. Staff performance for that one is absolutely fine. Crew fatigue we want to avoid. We'll go with that one. We'll go with that one. That should be enough for this month. That's good. Let's lock that in. Okay, our latest driver development update. And Franco Colapinto, since the last one, I believe, has gone up from 78 to 79. Maloney still 76. And we can see that defending has increased for Maloney. Franco, his smoothness really coming on. It went up one last time. It's now up to 80, so only just one behind Maloney now. So that's up to 80 for Franco, and his reactions have improved as well. So good to see the drivers improving. Okay, pit crew training for the month, and we've gone quite heavily on trying to reduce the pit stop time. Again, it's not reducing too much, but we just keep nibbling away at that. So it's going to come down again. Chance of mistake we'll look at on the cumulative tab. But as you can see, we've tried to make sure we're not losing anything on the stats. A little bit of improvement on some of them. But cumulative tab, always the same with us. Well rested the Friday and Saturday, just going to tired on the Sunday, which means the chance of mistake is 12%. And that will be the same in Monza as well. So that's all good for this month. Okay, we have got an underfloor design that is completed. Let us manufacture that. How many days for the Dutch Grand Prix? 19. So yeah, we can get two of those on the car. $1.6 million to manufacture those. So again, going to drop us down to $3.4 million. When is the next ATR period? In 29 days. I'm going to save the underfloor for research. Let's just do a chassis. Actually, I'm going to go for some side pods instead, and we're going to go with that. That's going to be $1 million, 33 days. So we've still got 3 designs underway with 1 research project at the moment. Okay, we've also got a front wing completed, so let us manufacture that as well. Go for 4 on that. And I'm not going to do any further designs now till the next ATR, because we also need to get some cash in the bank. I've also got a new suspension completed. We haven't really got the money to get this done, but it'd be nice to get it done by the summer break. We go rush for 5 days, and then it'll be 8 days until... Yeah, I think we can do this and then do 1 on normal. To get 2 on the car. Let's wait and see if we can do that. So suspension. Got 1 of them. We've got 8 days now. So we'll go normal for 2. We've got less than $1 million now in the bank. So not much more that we can do at the moment. Okay, it's time for Zandvoort. The summer break is over. But first of all, we have got some new parts to put on the car. So let's just check what we've got. We've got a new front wing. Got a new underfloor. and we've got a new suspension. So let us, first of all, just put it on car 1, as we always do, and have a look what impact this upgrade package might be having. Quite good upgrade package. Get 3 new designs on the car. Okay, so a very good upgrade package then, because low speed 9th, medium speed 11th, but high speed 3rd. We've been really nailing the high speed throughout this save, but that is unbelievable. Get up to 3rd, but that is always the way once you've got an underfloor and front wing design. They are really good parts to design. So on average, you've got to say there, we look good for maybe the tail end of the points, 8th to 10th perhaps there. Let us just have a look at Maloney, and look at that. Without those free upgrades, it's made a massive difference. It's probably jumped, what, 4 or 5 cars there. So, yes, this is looking like a very interesting upgrade package then as we head to Zandvoort. Let's see how it does on track. We'll add those car parts to Maloney as well, so he'll be running the same parts as Colapinto, but this is pretty exciting for the final part of the season. Okay, so looking at Zandvoort, it does say cornering high speed is crucial along with medium speed. It's saying we're going to finish on average around 12th there, 16th in Monza, and maybe in the points for Baku for the next 3 races. So let's see. This isn't always accurate though, so hopefully we can do a little bit better than 12th as we set our race targets. And it's going to be, as always, Colapinto 18th and Maloney 18th. Let's begin practice then and get this race weekend underway. Okay, practice in Zandvoort completed, and we got them very close to 100% setup satisfaction with Maloney at 99% and Colapinto 96%. A little bit more track acclimatization for Colapinto, and they're a little bit down on car parts knowledge, of course, running 3 new parts. So Colapinto does just sneak in to that high driver confidence with getting a +2 on his effects, but unfortunately Maloney only medium. So Colapinto probably in a little bit of a better place than Maloney, but I think that will sort itself out as they get through qualifying. Let's jump into qualifying. Pretty excited for this one with these upgrades. Let's see how we go. First sector time then. Colapinto's not gone quicker. It's a 23.9. What is Maloney? He's had traffic again. Oh, it's not going well for Maloney. It looks like Maloney's probably going to be out in this first qualifying session. Struggling with traffic. He's dead last at the moment, but he's already lost, what was it, 23.9, 1.3 seconds. So I think that's going to be all she wrote for Zane Maloney here. Colapinto, though, across the line. Doesn't look like he's going to improve. Doesn't. He's P9. I'd like to think he's comfortable there. But Maloney, traffic on both runs looks like it's going to cost him, and he might start dead last. So the excitement of this new upgrade package hasn't lasted very long, has it? Here he comes across the line there, Maloney. And no improvement. So Zane Maloney is going to start dead last in this Dutch Grand Prix. But Franco Colapinto is safely through to Q2. Do you know what? I think we have got the car parts on again. The old car parts. That's fine. We can sort it out for the race. We can sort that out for the race. It's because the last 2 sessions I've been rushing to get the stream ready, so I haven't had my normal preparation time, and that's what's causing some issues here. But see where Franco goes. On this flying lap then. But yeah, I think unfortunately we've got some used car parts in the car again, but we will swap those out for the race at least. That's probably what's done Maloney. We've got to yeah, from Tuesday I'll get back into the routine of being set up with the race, and that won't happen unfortunately. So Colapinto, can he do anything though? He's going green. That's a start. That's a start for us here. He's, yeah, a long way off Q3 to be fair, but as I say, we were using a scrub set of tyres there. And he has unfortunately got some used car parts in the car. Traffic getting out of the way nicely there. I mean, what these mistakes are using the used car parts are doing for us is at least meaning we'll be able to get to the end of the season without using our full allocation. So we won't have to spend money, which is kind of needed because we've only actually got $500,000 in the bank. So in a way, it's a bit of a blessing in disguise, but we will avoid it going forward. Colapinto then to the line. Can he improve? Yes, he can. He ate for Colapinto. In lap, I think he's through. Because the only two that can beat him would put him down to P10. So used car parts or not, Franco Colapinto is through to Q3. Problem is though, if we change those car parts now, he's going to start at the back, isn't he? Which is going to be a bummer. Yeah, his engine's okay, but his ERS and gearbox are pretty low. Yeah, because if we swap this now, we're going to start at the back of the grid. Okay, we might have to have a fun challenge here. We might have to have a fun challenge here where we start at the back of the grid. Let's see where Colapinto would qualify though. Let's at least manage the session. I'll give him one run at the end here. Oh, he's been disqualified for changing parts. There we go. We're not going to see that anyway.
10 seconds to the green.
Bit harsh to disqualify us. That's a bit out of order. Anyway, we're going to have a bit of a challenge then. Start at the back of the grid. Fresh car parts in both cars. And a new upgrade package. 3 new car parts on the car, which I'm pretty confident are going to make a big difference. Can anyone topple George Russell, who is leading the Drivers' Championship? Of course. Got a few cars coming across the line now. Antonelli, one of them. No, looks like Russell's on for pole here. Looks like George Russell is going to claim pole. Hamilton up to P2. Leclerc. No, it is George Russell on pole then. Right, so full classification. Russell on pole. Hamilton second. Leclerc third. Piastri fourth. Lando Norris fifth. Max Verstappen sixth. Fernando Alonso seventh. Albon eighth. Antonelli ninth. Colapinto 10th, as we saw. But we're going to have a bit of a challenge. Start at the back of the grid. Because we're going to change these car parts over. Okay, what is the track doing here then? Let's have a look at strategy. It's going to rain. Going to rain from about lap 6. And then it's going to get dry again at the end. So I think it's soft into soft, really. I think we go for that. We'll manage it as the race goes, as we have to always with rain. But yeah, it's probably going too far on the first stint, isn't it? That's why. All right, we'll judge it as the race goes on because yeah, we can mix that up. We might need to use 2 sets of inters, but we'll see. Let's start off with all of this turned up. Cool. Right, let's get this one underway then. See how we go. Starting at the back, but it's going to be wet. Right, here we go. That is going to be Russell on pole. We're going to start at the back. Should be in the pit lane.
And away we go.
There we go. Let's watch some action though. That's a bit boring to see what's going on in the pit lane. Only problem is, look, we don't get underway very quickly when you start at the pit lane. Go, 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 please. There we go. And we're underway. And we're underway. But let's see how we go. Miami prediction, sorry. What should we go with in Miami? I'm going to go Leclerc. Leclerc pole. Lando second. Piastri third. I think that might have changed since my prediction earlier in the week, but that's my prediction as it stands now. Leclerc pole. Lando second. Piastri third. Right. Only problem is we're not going to be able to double stack our drivers here, are we? What's track details? So it should start around lap 6, and we'll probably be in around lap 7 for inters. Yeah. So how far up can we get today? How about you, Michael? I am very well. I'm very well. And Colapinto squeezing through on the outside. Thought about it. Still thinking about it. Should have inside now, and he's going to get past Bortoletto. And we are no longer running 21st and 22nd. We move up to 20th place then. And starting quick. Has he got DRS here? Can't see. Not quite. He's going to have to keep pushing. Using quite a bit of battery here, but it'll be worth it just to get back in contention here. Did I put Maloney on high for overtake? I did. Bortoletto behind us has got a mechanical fault. Is everyone just abusing their tyres? They are. That's why it's a struggle to keep up, because they're just going to abuse their softs and wait for the rain to come, which is in 4 minutes' time. You viewed Oscar Piastri pole, Lando Norris second, as Bortoletto, is he going to try and reclaim 20th position on us here? Thinking about it, but he's not quite going to get that done. There's a few faults developing. Sonoda's got an issue. Doohan's now got an issue. Bortoletto. So yeah, Yuvi's going Piastri pole, Norris second, Alonso third, Max Verstappen fourth, fifth Leclerc, sixth Yuki Tsunoda, seventh Hamilton, eighth Carlos Sainz, ninth Albon, 10th Stroll. How much is that worth per pound? Maloney is moving past Bortoletto as well. We're just... Why are we so far off the
You're doing a good job
pace
with the
here?
moment.
We've got a yellow flag. What has happened there? Ocon has had a spin. That's another position gain for us. Esteban Ocon next to his teammate, Ollie Behrman. Oh, he's lost the rear end.
How the way to spin?
Did indeed. And he'll be going to the back of the grid. 51% tyres. A lot of these are happy that the rain is coming because they're absolutely abusing their tyres. And here comes the rain. Right, how quickly is this falling?
Copy.
Right, I'm going to go Maloney this lap, Colapinto next lap, because if I double stack them, they're going to lose a lot of time.
And boxes.
Drop this lap.
I think it is one more lap optimal. Right, Maloney's going to come in. Is anyone else coming in? Yeah, a few of them are. Right, let's get Colapinto in. End of this lap. Not sure, but well, Fernando is only a rookie, so I thought, why not? Yeah, Fernando, one of the best rookies on the grid. Your best bet will be invested into research on the major changes, and then you will have an amazing car and chance. Yeah, that's what we did again in the previous series, but we've tried to design this car. We've, in truth, not done too much research. It's a bit worrying, but we are going to focus on research now, probably for the rest of the year. So, quite a few cars now in the pits. Colapinto's gone for an extra lap, so it's probably split. Half the grid have stopped, half the grid haven't stopped. Oh, that's nice. That's a nice long stop, and a Sauber going through us, so Maloney's going to be right at the back of the grid again. What is going on there? 6.4 second stop. He somehow managed to stay out ahead of Ocon and Bortoletto. So, actually, 6 cars stopped.
In front of you, there is Hülkenberg.
But that is not a pleasant stop for us there.
Behind, there is Ocon.
Lap 7. And I think Colapinto will have an advantage on his teammate here, although he's now going to be struggling in this weather. He's lost 4 seconds, Maloney. Got another yellow flag. Doing on the grass there, we saw. Yes.
Let's take a closer look. So here we are following the Alpine.
Jack Doohan then.
Things were all right
Had a lock
here.
up. Struggling in the
brakes
damp
couldn't
conditions.
cope. Now they did leave it very late.
Right, Colapinto will be in. As I say, I think he will jump Maloney, although Maloney's probably now starting to go quicker. Keen to see our pace now with no DRS. There we go. Rest of the grid now in. So this pit lane is going to be carnage. We're ahead of Hadjar and Doohan, so we don't want to be losing any places. And we don't want a long pit stop. Come on. No, sticky front right. Oh my goodness. What is going on with our pit stops at the moment? That's unreal. So Maloney probably will jump him.
And down in the pits. Oh, that's a slow
He
one.
will. Oh, that is unreal. Every weekend, the last 3 weekends, race weekends, we'd have awful pit stops. But the pit crew are not fatigued. The chance of mistake is 12%. It's pretty low, but for some reason, we're finding that 12% mistake very often. I feel Colapinto is quicker than Maloney at this stage, though. It might just be a case that he's getting a bit of a toe, but let's see. He was all over his gearbox. Let's just try and release Colapinto and see if that makes a difference. Nothing but Colapinto now. Great chance to get past Ocon. Colapinto certainly looks like he did have more pace than Maloney. As we come off that banking and we're using some battery. Can we get past Esteban here on the inside? Franco Colapinto on the inside. Yes, he can. And we move up to P18. Are we starting to see the pace of this new upgrade? Oh, hello. Ocon's just ended up in the wall there, hasn't he? Yeah, Ocon behind us has spun.
Yep.
So Maloney gets past him as well. Oh, Ocon.
Now this was at turn 3.
Yeah, we've just overtaken Esteban and
there's contact
there we go.
with the barrier. And
Did
that
hit the
won't do
barrier.
their confidence any good.
35% inters. Oh, that is disgusting. One word for it is disgusting. Right, let's use that battery again. See if we can get another overtake. This time on Isaac Hadjar. We go, trying to do the same, get into this inside. Later on the brakes, Colapinto feeling confident. And he's through now to P17. Say, we're starting to find some pace here. This is good stuff. Same again, we'll use a bit of battery. This is been how we've been getting our moves done today. Using that battery. Ooh, not quite there though. Once we clear Behrman, it is 3 seconds to Hulkenberg, so we'll probably be able to top up some of this battery. Maloney's all over Hadjar as well. We'll keep him deploying. He should be able to get past Hadjar. They're right behind us, actually, in fact. So Maloney's been able to close that gap because Colapinto's been held up so much from this man here, Ollie Behrman. And there we see Maloney in the background, Colapinto in the foreground, and Colapinto moves into P16, but unfortunately Maloney cannot make the move on Hadjar, so he's currently about a second behind Colapinto. I would suggest that's going to be quite a big gap once he gets past these two drivers. That's bad news for Maloney. He needed to get that move done. Is he trying through? Here he is. Come on. Come on, Zane. Stick in there. Wow. Hadjar just getting better.
No problem, no problem.
Well, I say straight line speed. We're on a slight bend there, corner. But finally, it looks like Zane Maloney has got that done. And if he can get Ollie Behrman pretty quickly, he won't lose out too much to his teammate. It is now nearly 2 seconds, though. Right, Maloney, we've kept him on deploy, but he has actually deployed and used all of that battery. So he's going to be slow down this straight. He may not get the move done. He can get a slipstream, of course. He's best staying in that slipstream right until the last moment. And he's doing just that. Now time to pull out and try the move, but no, Zane Maloney doesn't go for it. And that 1 second to his teammate Colapinto is now 2 seconds. By the end of this lap, if he doesn't make the move, that may well be 3 seconds. So Maloney struggling now because he didn't get Hadjar that couple of laps ago when Colapinto got Behrman. Well, not the first time you had the slowest car Lotus Series. You were last and second last with Renault engine, if I remember rightly, in the first season. Yes. Yes, that first season with Lotus was a big struggle. I think we finished... I can't remember where we finished in the Constructors in the end. We didn't finish last, but yeah, certainly the first few races, very slow. We've done better in this series, in actual fact. Martin, hello, buddy. Yeah, so in this series, we've done much better in terms of the amount of points we've got already in this series. As we've got another fault up and down the grid. Antonelli, is it now? Verstappen's into the pits. That's early. What tyres is he on? Has he just gone on another Inters? This is interesting. From Max Verstappen and Red Bull. Another set of Inters. So he's just going for another set of Inters now. Maybe trying an aggressive undercut. And Tsunoda's in. Yeah, so quite a few of both Red Bulls then have stopped. And he's come out right in front of us. That's not ideal. He's on the wets. Yuki Tsunoda has gone on the wet. So he's took a gamble on them. That's bold from Yuki. So it is now going to get to full wets, but not for very long. And you're going to have to go back on the inters. I don't think it's worth it. I don't think you're going to make up 21 seconds, but I guess we'll see. We can monitor Yuki's pace against those ahead of him. Is everyone going to try the wets? Max didn't stop for the wets though, did he? No. Colapinto then, still about 3 seconds off Hulkenberg. Maloney's getting closer to Behrman. He's actually got Hadjar coming back at him. So this is interesting. Who else is... Ewan's gone on the wets. Russell's on the wets. Hamilton's on the wets. Can we get Maloney in? No, it's too late.
So we box his lap.
Do we? I'm trying to think whether we split the strategy and throw on the wets for Maloney, split it between our two drivers, leave Colapinto out,
Second from the car ahead.
put Maloney on the wets. All right, Maloney's going to come in then. We're going to try the wets for Maloney. We're going to split our two drivers. This is a difficult one to balance because, yes, the wets are going to be a better tyre, but only for a handful of laps. And, as I say, is that enough to make up the 21 seconds that you'll lose when you then have to pit again for inters? Hulkenberg has stayed out. So I think in terms of those we're racing ahead of for Colapinto, it's the right thing to do to stay out on these inters.
Mode race. Mode race.
And he has got Ollie Behrman. He's already out on the wets and he's ahead of Maloney. Right, he's now changed to wet tyres then.
We are P18.
We've got Hadjar as well, so that one lap undercut working well for them. So Leclerc is now into the pits. He's probably going to go onto the wets then because it is now full wets. Norris coming in. To say, look, it's lap 25 now. It's only going to last for another 7-8 laps. How quick are they going to be for 7-8 laps? They're going to have to make up more than 21 seconds. We can compare our two drivers shortly once we get Maloney up to speed with a first full lap on these. Let's do that. Let's forward on and get this first lap in. Everyone's coming in. Oh, are we making a big mistake here with Colapinto? Colapinto up to P11 then.
Copy.
But he's only one of a handful left on these inters. And Maloney has got to try and get back past Ollie Behrman here.
Overtake available.
So Hulkenberg and Stroll will have to get back past Colapinto here. Which, judging at the pace they're going at the moment, that may well happen. Colapinto in P10. Anyone else on the inters? Alonso went on fresh inters. Stroll is past Albon. And Gasly all over Colapinto now. He's on always defend, so we've just got to be aggressive in this defence if we can. I think he's going to be a lot later on those wets. He is. Pierre Gasly moves into P10. And can't we extend the wets till the dry period? Ooh, no. It'd be too far. Because the inters are probably going to work best lap 32. So it's going to be a good 18, 20 laps you'd have to run wets in inter conditions. So that's not going to happen. But Gasly and Lawson, who went a little bit earlier on the wets, it's working really well for them. Because they are now going to jump Colapinto. Stroll was the car ahead of Colapinto. And he's still 7 seconds down the road. Hulkenberg as well. So I think Colapinto probably more or less where he was. Just different cars in front of him. Got a yellow flag. Spin or someone going wide there. Esteban Ocon. Oh dear, Esteban.
Heading into turn 1.
Gotta laugh. Gotta laugh. What's Ocon done this time? Another lock-up.
And you can't afford to do something like that.
They were fresh inters, weren't they? Yeah, 79% as Lawson, sorry, is past Colapinto. Maloney still can't get past Behrman. And Behrman's now with Sainz. Sainz on the inters. So yeah, the wet runners really got the advantage at the moment. Still got 3 seconds to Stroll, but look, we've lost nearly 4 seconds to Gasly and Lawson now. That's going to continue until this track starts to move back to inters. Stroll's going to be all over us. This just isn't working at the moment for us. There's Stroll past us. We're now 6 seconds off Gasly and Lawson. That's a lot to find. We need the track to change. And it is now changing. Right, Colapinto. Let's get him in this lap. Maloney still stuck behind Behrman. That's the story of his race so far. Here we go then. Colapinto. 2 awful pit stops for us so far. He's going to be the first one, so to speak, back on fresh inters, although he wasn't on the wets, of course. And Colapinto and Maloney. Oh, he's not past Behrman. Behrman's past Albon, who's on the inters. So Maloney's got to do that as well now. Right, here comes Colapinto then. And finally, no a pit stop with no mistake, I should say. Hopefully stays out ahead of Bortoletto here. Yes, should be good on that. And just as we come out, it's going to change back to damp from full wet conditions. And there we go. So, the wets will be okay for now. So, Bortoletto on the wets. Sainz inters he can stretch out, though. So, yeah, they've got some good tyre life in those. So this is all going to change again. When do we get Maloney in? I think next lap. Right, Maloney, though. Let's get him down the end of this pit lane. Hopefully another clean stop for us here. Oh, sticky from right again. Should be a little bit quicker than before, though. Yeah, 4.3. The pit crew really struggling down there. Ocon's 45 seconds off the pack.
Sorry for that.
So it'll be comfortable there, but we're being lapped, I think, by George Russell here. But Maloney is on his way. The Colapinto 4.4. Oh, yeah, that's what we want to check. The last lap. So, yeah, he was going quicker than Doohan. And what about those who are on the same tyre, which is Sainz and Albon? Sainz and Albon, 1:22.1. Quicker than Sainz, quicker than Albon. So, good pace. All right, let's forward on, because we've got some gaps here. All right, Behrman, Lawson, Adjar and Doohan all in. Lawson is well out ahead of Colapinto, though, so that spell on the wets has worked really well for him, but Colapinto has now jumped Behrman, Adjar, Doohan. And what about Maloney? Who's he jumped? No, please say Ollie Behrman's not getting out ahead of him. Ollie Behrman, the bane of Maloney today. Come on, Maloney. Your tyres are up to temp. You've got to get past him now. What is going on with this with Behrman today? Here we go. Come on. Maloney finally is past Ollie Behrman.
Available.
Let's keep him on deployment for a little while. See if he can make that work. Right, who's yet to pit there? And we've got Stroll and Hulkenberg. And Gasly stayed out for another lap. Gasly did a 1:23.2. We're going 8 tenths quicker than him. Gasly's now in. I think he'll still be comfortably ahead of us in terms of Colapinto. Gasly is stationary at the moment. He's now coming out of turn 1.
No overtake now. Copy.
And we've got an incident somewhere. Is Antonelli involved? Looks like it is. Gasly has stayed ahead of Lawson and Sainz. Antonelli has crashed all on his own here.
Look at the Mercedes.
Ooh, it was very timid through there, and he's gone into the barrier. This could be good, because he might be slow now with that damage he's got. Russell Hamilton in the pits, so Colapinto, yeah, he's got work to do though, hasn't he? Right, the rain has stopped. That's quite early, isn't it? Wait, hold on. Hold on, because that's quite early. I think this might be a medium. I think this might be a medium instead. Yeah, I think it's a medium tyre instead, because the rain has stopped. Still damp, of course, so the track is not dry enough yet. Still staying the same gap here, about 5 seconds behind these, keeping Stroll at 3 seconds. Look how many issues are up and down the grid. Got a crash. Is this going to be a safety car? Doesn't look like it is.
And here we've got a yellow flag. So this is what happened.
Oh,
Right, let's have a look here as we go into turn 8. Dangerously close to each other.
Oh dear. Ocon tangling with Bortoletto. I think it might have been there. And no penalties for that incident. So track is dry. Yeah, I think we go this lap. By the time we get in, by the time we stop, it's going to be down to that sort of 0.8. No one else has stopped yet. This could be good. This could be good for us, because by the time we get back out, it's going to be about 0.80. So we might get a bit of an advantage here. I think everyone will be in at the end of this lap.
Copy.
We've got a bit of a double stack on here. Got a good 7 seconds between them, so hopefully no issues on this first car. Fingers crossed. Yes, 2.9, not the greatest, but no major error. And Maloney follows him in. And the pit crew have managed it. Well done, boys and girls down there.
What race? What race?
Right. Colapinto does come out in front of, well, in amongst traffic, which isn't ideal. Let's push. Let's get these tyres really up to temp. Could give us a really good advantage come the end of the lap.
Yeah, copy.
I'm expecting all of these to pile in now. Gasly in. Albon stays out. That could be key. That could be a position gained. Antonelli's in. Sainz has stayed out as well. Both Williams stay out, as does Lawson. This could be good for Colapinto. This could be very good. Don't know, he does seem, unless we've just gained that because of the weather. This is the problem now. These leaders have not stopped. They're going to be holding us up here, because we're now on this lovely medium tyre. Get out of the way. Now this is where we're going to lose the advantage.
You're doing a good job.
Maloney's got past Stroll, which we'll have a look at. We'll have a look. Well, here's gang. Thanks for the follow. There we go. Stroll just out of the pits. Maloney taking advantage of those tyres up to temp. Right, Colapinto has dispatched the McLaren. Who's still out on Inters? Quite a few of them. Albon's finally in. How close are we going to get to Albon here? Albon in, Sainz in, Lawson. How close are we going to get to this pack? We are 5 seconds behind. Don't know what's happened to the Ferrari there, because it's lost touch with the McLaren. But anyway, Albon into the pit. Sainz losing time. There's Albon. Here's Colapinto. There's Albon. He's going to be out ahead of us, isn't he? Lawson as well. Just about. We're going to jump Sainz though. We jump Sainz and we're going to have tyres up to temp to try and attack Lawson here. Antonelli on the hards, Lawson on the mediums, Albon on the mediums. Come to life a little bit here, hasn't it?
You're doing a good job. At the moment we have P15.
Sonoda's still out on the Inters. How far are we off Sonoda? No, that's a no to Sonoda. We're about 35, 40 seconds off him, so that's not happening. Franco, come on, you're going to have to do this, buddy. Have to get this done. DRS. Lawson's got no DRS. Come on. Colapinto on the outside. Give him inside, and Colapinto is through into P12. Next up the row is Antonelli, who's on the hards, and he's struggling with an issue. What is that issue? Antonelli has got an engine issue that he's struggling with. Yeah, it looks like Antonelli is really struggling. So we need to dispatch him. And then we need to try and get to Albon and Gasly to try and fight for a point or two. Is it possible? Let's hope so. Here we go. Got all over Antonelli. We've got Sainz on our inside. Sainz is going to get past Antonelli here as well. He might even try and get ourselves. I don't think he can from back there, though. No, he can't. Right, Colapinto used all his battery there. It's giving him 3 seconds on Carlos Sainz. He's 3 seconds off Fernando Alonso now, who's in P10. Fernando on 15.8. Is Fernando really starting to struggle with his issue? This could be interesting. It's going to be really interesting when Russell overtakes Alonso here. Which it might be happening about now. We've got 7 laps to go. The gap is 3.2, but that should come down quite drastically when Fernando now moves aside for the race leader, George Russell here. And there we go. Fernando getting out of the way. And here comes Franco Colapinto. The gap was 3 seconds. It's now 1.0. It's nearly DRS. It is DRS. Colapinto then is now in with a massive chance of a point. This is why we have to stay in it, because Franco has now got a great opportunity to score points here today. He's used the battery, but he's got DRS. He's pulling to the inside. Fernando trying to cover it off, so Franco will switch to the outside. Got to be later on the brakes, but he is. And he's got a fresher tyre. Well, he's got a softer tyre. He's on the mediums. And Alonso's on the hard, and he's nursing an issue. And Franco Colapinto is into the points and into P10. Lovely work from Franco.
Take a look here. Now we're watching the action closely here. They
Here we go. Look at that round the outside. Great work. How's Maloney doing with his fuel saving?
You are doing well there.
Good, and he's actually got past Antonelli as we jump over to Maloney. There we go. Good move from Maloney then. So we are going to top up. We're going to go to standard on the tyres. I'm going to try for this last 3 laps, recharge everything, and try and get the Frenchman Pierre Gasly for P9. Double our points for today. Currently on 1 point. Can we make it 2? Maloney P13. Still got Antonelli all over him. I think his tyres will just about hold on.
Overtake available.
Colapinto just got to stay with Gasly here. Keep topping up. Got 2% tyre advantage. Come on, Franco. No mistakes now. I found it odd Sainz being linked back to McLaren as well, which, well, if the first room was true, would make sense. Yeah, you never know. You never know. George Russell, I saw him speaking to McLaren apparently, but I think all teams speak to all drivers, but I'd be surprised if there was a change in McLaren, honestly. Right, we're trying just to top up, but I think we're going to make the move on Pierre Gasly here. Here we go. Not actually trying to make the move right now, but we are going to make it. And I'm going to harvest into this first corner. Try to hold him up a bit whilst we get some battery back. What's his tyres? 40%. Yeah, we're not going to get 3 seconds on Albon. It's going to be a second a lap. So I think let's just try and do what we can here with Gasly and try and secure P9. We're into P9, but Gasly's going to come back at us. But we're saving a lot of battery across this lap. And hopefully, Gasly is using a lot of his. Got 3% tyre margin.
No overtake.
Maloney's pulled that gap on Antonelli. Absolutely dropped him. 50% battery now. And George can't get the job done. It'd be lovely if he got this here, really. But he's not. Right, he'll be definitely getting past us now on this back straight. But we've got a good level of battery back there. So Pierre Gasly, he'll have DRS now. I'm going to try and cover him off. expecting him to make the move here. But if we can stay ahead, then I will just start to push. But no, I think he's just going to get us here, isn't he? Yes, he is. Right, let's top up here.
Yeah, we saw it.
Continue to top up, and then on the next back straight, I'm going to attack on the tyres and on the battery, and hopefully that's going to be enough to secure P9 in this one. I think George Russell to Alpine makes more sense, maybe due to the Merc engine. Max Verstappen to Mercedes. Yeah, the Max at the end of this season is going to be very interesting, depending on how this season shapes up in the end. Still, Max got a great chance of winning the Drivers' Championship this year, got to say. Right, got DRS, but Gasly is starting to push. Gasly is starting to push. He knows the game. Definitely knows the game. We've got to get back with him. All right, we have got DRS. Russell has started the final lap, so this will be the final lap for us as well, because we're lapped. Got to get this done here, Franco. He's moving to the inside. Oh, he's not going to make the move. Got to try and get it done on the next DRS zone. Gasly is harvesting. Gasly down to 35%. Oh, Franco's having a look everywhere he can. He's all over the gearbox of Pierre Gasly. We've got another DRS zone. But we are approaching. Is that Albon now? We're getting close to Albon as Gasly starts to push. Right, we're now... Oh no, it's a back marker, and that might give DRS to Gasly. It hasn't. We have got DRS. I don't think we're close enough, though. Oh, Colapinto, and this isn't going to happen now because Gasly is going to get DRS off the back marker. George Russell is about to win the race, and because we're a lap down, that means we're about to finish the race, so we're not going to be able to get Pierre Gasly for P9, because look, he gets that DRS. Ah, tragic that he gets the DRS. Russell wins it. We're lap down, so we do finish P10, so we do still get a point. And Maloney is going to also come home in P13. Could have been 2 points there. We had to manage the battery, though. But I still take a point. That's a good result for where this car is. It's another point on the board. And we are fighting with Williams. So Williams do get 4 points. So it's going to be very close in the championship when we get to that screen very shortly. All right, so Russell, championship leader, I believe, wins it. So that's going to be good for him. Oscar Piastri second, Leclerc third, Lewis Hamilton fourth, Lando Norris fifth. So the McLaren's doing better than they have in previous weeks. Verstappen sixth, Yuki Tsunoda up 4 to 7th, Albon 8th, Gasly 9th. But don't forget, we started from the pit lane, so Franco Colapinto up 11 places to gain a point. So where would we have been? We actually got to Q3, so if we started P10, where would we ended up? At least P8, I would suggest. So really good drive from Colapinto, and same from Zane Maloney, also from the pit lane, up 9 to 13th, so 10th and 13th for our two drivers. What does the Drivers' Championship look like? It is Russell leading the way. It's only 17 points, but Verstappen not having a great race. So 17 points to George Russell, and Lewis Hamilton gains on Max Verstappen ahead of him. He's in third, Leclerc fourth, Piastri fifth, and Lando Norris sixth. But we've now got, what, 6 races to go? 7 races to go, I believe. So, yeah, that's now, what, 73 points. So I think, yeah, these McLaren drivers probably near enough out of it. And it's still these top 4 that could probably win the championship. Our drivers, Zane Maloney is in 11th. And Franco Colapinto 14th. Williams, 19 points scored by Albon. 2 from Carlos Sainz. So Albon doing the business on his teammate this year. Constructors, and it's bad news we can see already down there in 6th and 7th. But we'll get to that. But Ferrari lead the way. And McLaren gained a point on them, but Ferrari still got a 60-point lead. Got to say, Ferrari, McLaren, Mercedes still in with a shout at this Constructors. Red Bull probably a little bit too far away now. Yeah, still a chance potentially, but I think the top 3. Aston Martin 5th, but it's now Williams in 6th. So Albon's 4 points, enough to jump us, Maserati, for P6. Our objective is P9, so we're still comfortably in P7, but we also have some new point scorers today. Alpine take 2 points, joining RB on 2 points. So it's just Kick, Sauber and Haas yet to score this year. So that brings this one to a close, and I think the upgrade package certainly had an effect today. As we said there, we started right at the back of the grid, but came through, and Colapinto getting a point. Maybe should have been 2 points, but we're very happy to at least be back scoring points again. And next time, we will endeavour to make sure we're not using used car parts, and then we'll be in the best place possible to score more points as we head to Monza. That will be the next race in this series. And if you got all the way to the end of the video, if you haven't already, do smash that like button, subscribe if you're not already, and we'll be back very soon to continue this Maserati F1 Manager series.